Now imagine that now. Imagine someone buying a car that has crank windows. You'd be like, what is this? What am I driving, a dinosaur? I don't know. This isn't meant to be a Tesla.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, self-driving, a car that drives itself, it's a game changer, man. It's a game changer. I mean, I could tell you when I was younger, all cars had manual windows. You cranked, and most of them didn't have air conditioning, but you did the crank. And Cadillacs and high-end cars came out with power windows. My father, the old school type, you don't want that. They always break, and then you can't put your window down. You don't want those power windows. They're no good. So he would avoid buying cars with power windows. Only manual only. You're paying more money for it, and it's just going to break anyway. Okay? Now imagine that now. Imagine someone buying a car that has crank windows. You'd be like, what is this? What am I driving, a dinosaur? I mean, but to us back then, what are you, lazy? Just turn the crank. I mean, how much harder is it to turn a crank than now? You had to lean over to open your other door if nobody was in the car, but anyway, power windows, you don't realize how much of an improvement that is. It's a small thing, but it's a big improvement. You can open any window you want from the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
You can lock them out so the kids can't open them. You couldn't do that with cranks. They were always open. The kid could open them if they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But self-driving's the same way. People go, well, I don't mind driving. How do you're crazy? Well, let me tell you, once you get some of that, it's really, really nice. I mean, it's just not something you can appreciate until you experience it. But once you do, you don't want to go back.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like with any level of technological advancements, you have a hard time fathoming going back to it. I remember it's kind of funny when the first cars I learned to drive, or one that I drove regularly, did not have backup cameras.
Right.
I used to actually talk trash on backup cams, but now that I have been driving and own a vehicle that has a backup cam, I don't know what the hell I'd do without it. I don't know how I did it before. And now, if I had to go back to using a vehicle without one, I would be too scared to back up.
Right.
Like, I'd feel like I might run something over. So it's like people just they'd want to halt that progress, but you can't avoid it. And it's like the world's going to progress whether you want it to or not. I mean, no, granted, stuff with AI, I mean, it does come with its own unique set of negative stuff, whether it be just negative connotations or actual true negative stuff. Like, so to use your example, the Tesla self-driving mode, it's very nice. It's very convenient. I bet you feel a lot safer. I know my mother feels a lot safer doing it. Like I remember every single time you said when you guys get in a car and you put that into like you have control. She's like, "Well, why are you doing that?"
Well, yeah. Initially she was scared, and everyone is so I was using it by myself with her in the car. She was nervous, very nervous. But once she got comfortable with it, she's like, she thinks it drives better than me. Well, I can be a little aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, no shit.
So she'll be like, why don't you just put it on self-driving? Yeah, just do that. She's very, very comfortable with it.
But one thing that's kind of interesting with all that is that one of the negative results of all that is it actually is starting to diminish your actual manual driving abilities.
Yes.
We learned that the one day where we decided to take Mom's Jeep out and we're going to get ice cream, and you're so damn used to the fucking AI self-drive that you misjudged a park job by about like 5 feet.
Wow, that's the other thing, the overview, the 360 view. It shows the lines on the road. It's like you can park perfectly.
And it's just like, whereas like, It's funny now. There was a once a time where you were. I always looked at you as like like one of the better drivers, a better driver than me.
I
But I
still
think,
am. I still am.
bitch, please, you drive a self driving car, and I drive commercial vehicles for a living.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
Okay.
literally could probably drive circles around you at this
Oh
rate
well.
when it
Yeah.
comes to the aspect of manual driving. I bet you I could probably out drive you, out maneuver you. I could do probably all that. If like, there's no comparison.
All
But
right. Well, let me tell you another thing, possibility with this. So, we live in Pittsburgh, small city. It's a great city. It's got everything you would want in a big city, but without the massive crowds and things. So, one of the issues is public transportation. Okay, it's very expensive.
mhm,
There aren't a lot. So it doesn't fund itself. It's always heavy tax money. And you see big buses driving with like nobody on it, two people on it.
mhm,
And when they get into financial trouble, they cut routes, and they only want to run when the times of day and the routes that are filled up. But there's a lot of people that can't don't want to or don't have the money necessarily to afford. So if you just because you can't afford a car, now you can't work if you don't have public transportation.
mhm.
So it's a real necessity. So I'm as a operations guy and things, I see these big buses running with two people on them. I'm like, why aren't they using little vans? Why don't they do something more cost efficient? Well, you eliminate buses in favor of self-driving cars. So, if they become this big ubiquitous thing and they're readily available, now people with instead of going to the bus stop and looking at the schedule, they can summon a car to come right to their house and take them right to the store. And instead of the tax dollars funding this bloated, this bloated uh, public transportation with the executives and everything else, you just give them credits in the car. So if they're low income and they need help with their transportation, here we'll give instead of giving them a free bus pass, you give them credits for being able to take the self driving, and now they're safer. They can go door to door. They have unlimited flexibility. They can go anytime they want to go. So it's great. I mean, so you don't have that without AI.
But Bob, that's gonna take away jobs.
Well, absolutely. Well, so we were just talking about self-driving and how you're a professional driver, So
Mhm.
the future, yeah. So, but it's like trains. I see people online. They go, wow, look at all the great trains they have in Europe, and we just suck here in the United States. Well, have you ever ridden a train? I mean, it's kind of cool when you're traveling over to Europe and things, but I did Amtrak from Pittsburgh to New York. Have this romanticized vision of how awesome it is to drive a train. It sucks. I mean, it does. It takes long. I mean, it's like there's nothing great about trains. I mean, it's so much better to just drive your own car. Now, the one advantage a train has is you don't have to drive it. So, I mean, why spend all this money on trains when we're not that far away from cars? They're doing it now, driving themselves. Now,
Mhm.
again, there's still a ways to go, but right now, they Tesla discontinued their Model X and their Model S, and they're using the factories for Optimus robots and for the RoboCabs. So they're planning to roll this stuff out. I mean, so instead of a train, you get in your own car, and it
Mhm.
take you wherever you want to go.